Hi, my name is Ankur Shah. I was most recently CFO of Careem, which is a ride-hailing platform in the Middle East. We operate in more than 16 countries around the region and more than 100 cities around the region, offering a platform of services and transport of people as well as things, and now most recently payments as well. I generally feel there are uh, three plus different types of roles that a CFO plays in a startup or in a company, across accounting, reporting, financial planning and analysis, or strategic finance, and then capital markets and strategy, as well as organizational development, culture, and other areas of the company. So let me take these one by one. In the first one, the very basic need for a finance function is to conduct transactions, pay and receive money in and out of the company. As those transactions are conducted, there's a need for recording those transactions, both in the books as well as reconciling those transactions with your bank accounts. And so you start to become a little bit more strategic than mechanical in nature as those transactions are recorded. And then finally, you start to report what your books have. And that's the most strategic part of accounting, in which you need to define your accounting policies, how you recognize revenue, accrue various payments and receipts that you may have, as well as develop registers for fixed assets and the like, which are slightly longer term than just the transactions that you recorded. And finally, build a system that keeps track of all of this, which is commonly referred to as an ERP. The next role is the FP&A, or the strategic finance role, in which you then use the reporting to construct a narrative around your business, both in terms of goals or budgets, in terms of where you want to get to, as well as in terms of actual performance against those budgets, and then forecasts or reforecasts, depending on if there is variance between your performance and your budgets, along with partnering with the business to understand how you could do things better or replicate things that are already working. Thirdly, in particular in startups or in listed companies, there is a capital markets role in which the CFO is really the financial sort of spokesperson for the company in terms of raising capital, building relationships with investors, and communicating the performance of the company to a broader pool of people, whether it's external stakeholders or public market stakeholders. And that third role in startups tends to be quite strategic, because a lot of startups will develop their business strategy, 5-year plans, 1-year plans through the fundraising process, based on feedback from the market, based on feedback from investors who have invested in similar companies, and cause the team to reevaluate their long-term goals in a way that would not necessarily happen on a day-to-day basis inside the company. So that's the third role for a CFO or in a finance function with respect to capital markets. And then lastly, depending on the nature of the relationship with the CEO and the rest of the management team, the CFO tends to be one of the primary advisors to the CEO, and consequently plays an instrumental role in building out the organization, as well as other parts of the organization that need care, whether it's the operational parts of the organization or more commercial parts of the organization. And then finally, in developing the culture and topics like performance management and so on. The role of the CFO within the organization can evolve in a number of ways and can actually become very, very strategic depending on the nature of the partnership with the CEO and with the rest of the company. So it's very important to build trust and a relationship that understands the skills and competencies of the CFO and where that partnership can evolve. For example, if you have an FP&A focused CFO, then the strategic partnership might evolve to topics around performance management and decision making with respect to performance management of different parts of the company. If over time you have a complementary skill set and the CFO has a focus on capital markets, then that partnership may evolve to a strategic decision making around the overall strategy of the company within the industry and strategic partnerships. Now, you will not always have the luxury of choosing when you need your teams to spend time on one topic over the other. And so it's very important for the CFO to build a team in the three areas we spoke about early on to allow for strategic flexibility as you require funds to be raised or audits or reports that need to be developed to determine the direction of the business. And so as that relationship evolves, as the company evolves, and as your own skill set evolves, the CFO could be a very, very important partner in the growth of the company, and building that relationship the right way and understanding where the skill sets may apply is super important.